All right, well, dealt with my first demon there. I think it was really crazy when she got here, and I'm shaking from being cold and realization. It was all sleight of hand. She said everything I wanted to hear, and like yesterday when I said I was gonna put a swastika around my bed. She's like, I was like, I'm gonna do it through all natural means, and then she didn't like say, she thought I was gonna do it in blood. She thought, right, and that was to give me an idea to do it in blood, and that of which I was like, oh yeah, you're right. That's in blood, natural, which I decided definitely not to do, and. If I would have said so, then they could have put me in for harm to myself. And so she gets here, and she says, "Oh, a dog, Bumper," and then Bumper is like growling at her like he normally kind of does to newbies, but then he did not calm down. He did not calm down, and then so. I was like, what's up with that? But even more, he literally sat down on the driver's seat here and just stared at me like I've never seen him do. And so she had blue on, which blue is a man-made color, and that's all sleight of hand. She said everything I wanted to hear. And I had a good time. I had a good time because I saw through the veil, and I actually used my eyes to blur my vision to see if she was a demon. But that was later. A guy came up and like turned his head to the left and just gave her a really dirty look. And then because I prayed to Jesus that he help show me through the veil. And okay, so here's the thing too. She went and got a dog treat. She used to have a dog, but she doesn't anymore. And so that was gonna possibly calm Bumper down and like misperception of everything. And then so the guy came up because we went to Starbucks at Hy-Vee, and then this is just nuts. And so how I determined that she also is like, hey, let's just do it here, like imposing free will. That was kind of my thing, because it was amazing because so we were supposed to go to Starbucks, and I said, okay, like university Starbucks, all good. And then I ended up at Starbucks, which I thought was a Starbucks. And then I didn't check my text messages, and then she's like, I'm actually feeling like I have a feeling about Starbucks. And then so that was an amazing synchronicity, right? A divine synchronicity. Oh, like, hey, look, we're it's legit. And then okay, and then so we go to Starbucks. So it gets deep. We go to Starbucks, and there's antique signs all around, which would have normally compelled me to look at them, right? And then I would have thought that place was cool as shit about two or 3 weeks ago, and before I found Jesus. And then and those are literally signs, and it was sleight of hand, like look at me, but let's chill here. But then that was a sign. Those are signs everywhere. And then so we end up going up to Starbucks, and then like I'm not sure what I want, and then it's like all a bunch of and I thought picking Starbucks since they're trying to shut all the Starbucks down, that maybe that was a sign, okay, like because I've known that Starbucks gives away things and stuff, that was the place to go. And then so she was like, let's just because then I was like, I don't know about this place, you know, like, because I'm just being weird, right? Like, I don't know about this place. And then she's like, let's just do it here. And that was imposing free will, giving me that much more knowledge to not be there, and or not go there. But I ordered a coffee. I didn't drink one sip, and I just threw it out and stuff. So we sit down, and then a guy, he's like a little mentally handicapped now that when I've come to find out. But so he just gives her the dirtiest. He literally turns all his head all the way to the left to look at her after I prayed to see if, because of what Bumper did, I was like, I want to know that I'm not just like being fooled, and those who have the most faith will be fooled or lied to and attacked the most. And so, and she used to be an alcoholic and stuff, and that stuff is where you're gonna get to if you're an alcoholic, be more demon, opportunities. So he looks to the left, and so I'm after I prayed to see through the veil, and so if I would have drank the coffee, I don't know, I think it would have been okay, but that's irrelevant. So man, so she was wearing blue, and blue is a man-made color, and that's a sign right there too, again. So I try to figure out how to determine whether or not this guy who gave her a dirty look, is he a piece of shit, or is he just mean, or is he whatever. So I tried to come up with something that I could go up to him and ask him a question to determine whether or not he's like a nice person or not. And I asked if he thinks, I gave him $20, and I asked him if he thought it should be okay and legal to pray in schools, and he said yes. So leading to the idea that yes, it should be allowed to pray in schools. And so then I had a conversation with her. I was there. She originally was like, we'll just kind of do this for an hour and no more. But she kept on, and I was looking. I took my glasses off because that's part of the veil aspect of it too. With mirror reflection meditation, I found that you can basically see some crazy shit in the mirror after you look at some yourself in the mirror, for example. And I assumed that would be the same with her, and so yeah, this is scary stuff too. But I mean, I'll talk to demons fine, and or like people who have sold their souls fine, but like it's all to waste my time, and among other things. But she was trying to inadvertently, sleight of hand, say, hey, maybe you should do it in blood, and then all of a sudden, harm to myself, harm to others, like, or whatever, and that's all sleight of hand. And when I saw her too, when I first saw her, it seemed a little off, like she had a crazy amount of makeup on, and like I forgot I was gonna see if we could take a picture together, and that's what that would have I would have been maybe able to see through that. And so, and when she did with the dog thing, I kind of joked with her, you're not a demon, are you? Because Bumper has been doing some amazing stuff, just kind of to let me know, like not to smoke weed or something like that. And so I haven't smoked weed in probably a couple days at least, and I don't think I'm going to do it anytime soon, unless I'm with high faith people, basically, so I can speak that much clearer. But that's irrelevant. I don't think I need it anymore. And so along with that, it just keeps on. I'm trying to think of all details because this was deep. She was talking about, I mean, there was things that I realized, like pit bulls, they're trying to make them look like they're bad, and then they're probably exactly the opposite. Like they're good, and yeah, all this stuff, and you hear about that too. It's like you hear about some attack. That's irrelevant. All this stuff, but I'll get back to it. But yeah.